Peace and love, everyone. How y'all doing today? My name is Christian Michael. I'm the artist, also known as Narçisse Theatre Company Gallery owner, designer. Today I would like to present to you One Umbrella, spoken word poetry group, music performers. We're looking to uplift everyone here in our community through the power of word. We present to you this non-profit organization to help, like I said, uplift everyone around through the spoken word events that we host. Also, as well, we'll be getting into, we'll be getting into writing workshops as well to help others in their own creative outlets. As we grow together, we will continue on building our community to raise it up to nation standards. I would like to present to you One Umbrella. I want to start off with my beautiful wife, co-founder, Divine Marie.
So before we get into the actual spoken word, I want us to take a moment for everyone to just ground themselves in the present moment. There's a lot of vulnerability and audacity that goes into performing spoken word, so just take the time to close your eyes for a few minutes. We're all going to close our eyes together. And we can take a deep breath in for 4. And out for 4. And if you can repeat after me these affirmations. I am grounded.
I am grounded.
I am full of love.
I am full of love.
I am open to new experiences.
I am open to new experiences.
I hope everyone can just take the time to appreciate my group and myself and what we have here for you tonight. So let's get into it. All my life I had to fight while these white women around me get to live a soft life. I don't think y'all really heard me though. All my life I had to fight while these white women around me get to live a soft life. I gotta be strong. I'm tired of being the strong black woman. I wanna be calm, grounded, secure. Why do us black women have to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders? And when we say we need a break, it gets us over.
Take your time.
I just want to wake up on CP time and spend my weekend in Dubai because I know I deserve that kind of life. But all my life I had to fight for what's right because I know I'm overqualified, but the white person in front of me gets a higher paid opportunity. Or when I wear my hair natural and free, they look at me like I'm crazy. And all my life I had to fight, water myself down because if I say too much, they automatically assume I want to fight. I just want to be me though. They like it better when I silence myself because they know if I speak, I can move mountains, so I stand tall like a tree and break these generational curses so my kids don't deserve that kind of life. I take the time to breathe and pray to the flowers and trees and gain mental clarity. Unblock my throat chakra, speak free, unapologetically me. But all my life I had to fight, victim to the black men that don't want to heal and have daddy issues, so they take it out on you. It's not their fault though. Generations upon generations, seeing cops kill another black man that looks just like them, can't even walk down the street with a hoodie on. But all my life I had to fight. I'm done fighting. Time to change the narrative, heal our lineage, plant your feet in the soil and say, I am me. remember who you are. Our melanin holds as much power as the stars and galaxies. We are part of the universe. We are one. We are free. They can't take that away from you and me. Juneteenth didn't make us free. We are the original kings and queens. It's time to step back into our power. We just gotta believe.
Let's go.
Poem.
Can we talk for a minute, white man? Please listen. Not be rude. Can you first give me some room to... I'm gonna talk real quick. Can you learn and yearn for a different world, a new beginning? Honestly, I don't care whether you want to talk or not. I don't care if you don't want to listen. But you're gonna give me some room. You're gonna hear me. So you think your hands are clean, but baby, that is not reality. It's tie-dye. The blood was stained to your clothes before you put them on. Biden was in college before you could share a fountain with a black person. Sharecropping, trafficking, debt peonage, convict leasing, black holes, eugenics, Tuskegee. Can we talk about Jeff Crow? Each new incarnation of slavery had to match a new level of consumption of the white mentality. Each new layer added up to that capitalism of white patriarchal colonizing corporate consuming layer has a slave built in whether you know it or not. To go forward, we must go back, at least for context, at least for understanding. There are millions of lives lost and I need to properly grieve. I need space to breathe. We don't want revenge. We want respect, compassion, and empathy. Reparations! The racial wealth gap. Whites on average have 8 times the wealth of blacks. That is the result of compounded investments and incentives to keep you think you did nothing wrong and your hands are clean. But it was your grandparents and your great-grandparents that raised white people for sport and took souvenirs, fingers and ears. It was your people that laughed with glee at the sight of my ancestors' burning bodies. I feel like many of us suffer from PTSD, seething with pent-up energy. Fight or flight has been the narrative for centuries. It is in our DNA. You want to say high blood pressure, diabetes plays us because of our food? It plays us because of racism and white supremacy. Indigenous sacred ground with over for profit. High rises going up and remaining half vacant. Millions on the street with no home. How did we get here? Many are led blindly and many go willingly. With each new system, we went deeper into slavery while keeping us ignorant to the switches everyone misses. Poor people when they're too busy working. We've been working since some days in the fields, but y'all don't see any difference because Jay-Z's a billionaire. Slavery is still slavery, call it by another name, it still is what it is. Let's talk about black migration from white KKK terror and the blacks were deemed the criminals. Yet the blacks were deemed the criminals and the blacks were deemed the criminals. It's 2023 and the blacks are deemed the criminals. The backs of the blacks are deemed the pivotal. Yet we are the first expendable. Can we talk? This current system that makes you subliminally think you are at the top was actually built by us with our free labor, and we were shut out from day one. We are still shut out, and all the problems you see with our communities are the proof that this system was built for the white man. And when you see young white 18-year-old men going to the nearest high black populated area and murdering people for sport, for dominance, for the preservation of capitalism and the need to bear arms, it's really an admittance to pure utter fear and lack of courage. The system is more oiled and working just fine. Many see nothing wrong because we are born into this world, into this system. Many saw nothing wrong with Jim Crow at the time and didn't change a thing. Many saw convict leasing as okay even in the North and didn't seek to change anything. Can we talk about reconciliation, about denial, about atonement? Because you inherited all the scum of capitalism and racism's effects on the world. The silence is deafening and the violence inflicted on our people causes illness, sickness, bitterness. It isn't about what happened 400 years ago. It's about what is happening now. It's about what has continued to happen the entire length of this country's existence. It is about the image of a black man in chains bearing no difference of a slave 400 years ago for the wardrobe change.
Okay.
The 13th Amendment, racial wealth gap, redlining, war on drugs, environmental racism, lack of representation, constant surveillance, intimidation, lack of engagement, compassion, indifference, and support, speak volumes. Every major city has an open-air prison, and if you don't see it, you choose not to. dog whistles, Ronald Reagan, the war on drugs, 94 crime bill, Martin Luther King Jr. was a socialist. White men trademarking Juneteenth says it all. I hope you listen not just to my words, but also my emotions. And I'm done.
Amen.
Just 3 generations ago. To be a beautiful, dark brown girl raped by the headmaster at age 13 and made to have me, a mixed breed, was the right of the Lord, a decree by God. And still just as much a slave than not, because of that one drop, I would have been the children of the plantation's children, both my parents knew. An abomination on both ends of the stick. I ain't saying anyone had it worse, but don't act like us light-skins ain't been getting burned for not being brown enough to have struggle. And then targeted for not being white enough. With me, everything doubles. Y'all might not like it, but I'ma shed light on the mulattoes because that's who I am. My lack of melanin don't make me subtle or confused. I have the right to be angry too, but I gotta be mad at white and black people. I'm considered both and neither, a team player and a cheater, a victim and a griever, disappointment and pleaser. This is me, a halfling. Everything I say is seen as gaslighting. I'm fighting to be greater and lesser. I'm a peacemaker and aggressor. I got the blood of slaves and oppressors. Both my grandmas white. Both black granddaddies nowhere in sight. My mixed genes make me stop believing in wrong and right. I can only fight myself. Anything else is selfish and hell in my own shell. Can't tell what my own story is. Told to look at history, so I go to the Emancipation Proclamation when Abraham Lincoln said that slaves is free on January 1st, 1863. But it was 2 years, 5 months, and 19 days until the last free slaves would leave the plantation. Can you imagine the sensation? The last slaves. The last ones to liberate their minds, just to be stuck in a nation full of hatred and pride and constantly attacked for the shade they have or the shade they lack. Now, I don't like math much, but something to me ain't adding up. Being mixed taught me that when something don't make sense, I gotta keep backing up. Being mixed taught me that our history in the 1800s ain't going far enough. Being mixed taught me to boil down our suffering to the bottom of the pain, past the 1400s when Columbus came, past the Bible, past the tribal. Being mixed taught me we are all liable, and the more I go back, the more I believe our history is undeniable. We just don't know. What's the point of me getting up here just to sugarcoat? Titanic ain't the only thing that got me scared to get on big boats. I'm haunted by loops and ropes and whatever got white people to start tripping in the first place. I heard black people were the first race. I heard white people were a mutation. I heard they were considered an abomination and shunned to the Caucasus Mountains. I heard black people were the first slave masters and counting, but there ain't no date on that, so we can't relate to that. We can't debate that. Ain't got nothing to show for our beliefs but books and stories. I wonder how many years it's gonna take us to realize we still ain't free. We still in attack. We still trapped, arguing over the different shades we have. Forget a paper bag. I don't want to be white or black. I just want to be me. In this time, in this space, in this color, but no race. No first, second, or third place. I've been finding comfort in the yin yang, black and white. I can't get away from the balance of gray, or I'll lose sight of my vision. I'll lose sight of my hope. Thank you. Now we're gonna turn it up a little bit.
Yeah. Talk to him.
I'm ready.
Let's go, sis. Let's go.
I appreciate y'all listening.
race. You remember the headphones? I got it. See it. I never been like a Bob. Never been fake no facade. I'm speaking the truth like Rashad. This ain't shit telling you lies. And I got my eyes on the prize. Since the design of demise. They gotta run, go get their guns, and smash is coming outside. So something's really fear. The way just seen all this evil. My life was a movie with sequels. And I'm trying to keep this shit equal. So I'm talking about balance and scales. No regular, even and rare. I'm putting this eye in the hell. And I'm in the dark in my lair. Cause I gotta run, doors open, shit's only begun. I gotta shine bright just like the sun. Never was 3, 2, always been 1. Gotta get funds and you having fun, I'm having a blast. I keep my motherfucking foot on the gas. My vision clear, this shit like some glass. Balance energy all in the grass. See, I'm finna spaz and hop in my bag. No direction, they get in the gas. We niggas lazy, they stay on their gas. I just got up, but I finna crash. I ain't no savior, you need you now. There ain't gon' be later. Shit can reverse like cars don't hate her. Keep this shit pushing, don't listen to haters. I'm pushing like what got in my favor. This shit is real, yeah, this shit is major. This shit is major. I'm pushing like what got in my favor. River Juneteenth, this shit is real, yeah, this shit is major. I'm pushing like what got in my favor. My vision is clear, my vision is clear, so what is the fear? My vision is clear, my vision is clear, so what is the fear? My vision is clear, my vision is clear, so what is the fear? I gotta get this shit straight to the ears. I'm about to down on this shit like veneers. My vision is clear, my vision is clear, so what is the fear? My vision is clear, my vision is clear, so what is the fear? My vision is clear, my vision is clear, so what is the fear? I gotta get this shit straight to the ears. I'm about to down on this shit like veneers. Everybody feel like their vision is clear? Like your vision is clear, 2023? Go ahead and ride with me. Yeah. My vision is clear, my vision is clear, so what is the fear? My vision is clear, my vision is clear, so what is the fear? My vision is clear, my vision is clear, so what is the fear? I gotta get this shit straight to the ears. I'm falling down on this shit like veneers. My vision is clear, my vision is clear, so what is the fear? My vision is clear, my vision is clear, so what is the fear? My vision is clear, my vision is clear, so what is the fear? I gotta get this shit straight to the ears. I'm falling down on this shit like veneers. Whoa, let's get it. Juneteenth vibes, bring it on. Hey, I'm trying this all life. Yeah, let's get it in I'm just trying to see what you're gonna say. Take me to the crib where you wanna be. I'm on the down in your fucking day. All about all these things they gon' see. I'm gonna go out and be who I be. Singing out, yeah, they there for those beats. Shining shit that I need is no feet. And I get the hoop because I'm all like no bleed. Cooking on the stove, yeah, you know it's all heat. Yeah, I need you now, yeah, I'm hungry, I'm on me. So don't put that pussy on me, cause I'm going out. So here's how I live. Just one night, we go like the water. We take care of the brother. So here's just how I live. Just one night, we take care of the brother. We go like the water. I'm in the party, I'm on the energy. I can see what you want to see. I just want to touch on your body, and I got to see what you feel. long as you go, I'm gonna get high. So here's how I just wanna take it all out. We ball out control now, so here's how I just wanna take it all out. We ball out control now. Ball out control now, we take it all out. This is how I like, baby, this is how I like. Just wanna take it all out. We ball out control now. Appreciate everybody. Follow me. Appreciate my kids all platforms. Rap, R&B, all different genres. Proud to present my group, and so like, let's keep living. Let's keep appreciating our lives. Let's keep loving on each other. Let's just keep moving and be better. And that's what life's about. Right now, for y'all, hope y'all enjoyed.
Let them know where they can follow us.
Yeah, follow us at One Umbrella across all platforms. Look for the purple, the white.